AAA calling me Shape, and today I'm reacting to a video titled You're Pregnant Out of Wedlock, live show with Anton Daniels and Randy Rosario. Let's get right into it.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Randy Rosario, and we are here live in Detroit with Let's Rant About It Live. Detroit, make some noise. We just gave away a whole bunch of facials from Ijolu and some lip gloss. Y'all had a good time with that?
Yeah, I know it.
Y'all was twerking it?
Come to New Jersey, I'll give away a whole bunch of facials if you want it.
Okay, so listen, this episode right here, we're going straight to getting the questions asked from the audience. Crew, how y'all feel about that?
I'm good with it.
Y'all smooth?
Real good. Let's go.
Oh, I didn't introduce you.
Thank you.
You guys, y'all make some noise for Rico Hundo.
My boy.
Hundo.
That was mad whack. I need some more noise. Please, 1, 2, 3. Make some noise for me, please.
Yeah.
That was
better.
mad whack. It's crazy.
All
right, let's get right to the questions. Are we ready? Let's get it.
How y'all doing? My name is Justin. I had a question. Pretty much, I wanted to know if the co-parents are like fighting and everything, should that have an influence on like me seeing the kids, or should we just keep it together for the kids?
If the co-parents are fighting, should that have an influence on whether one parent should see the kids, or should they be able to be mature enough to actually work through it? I'm going to take that question straight to Chulo. If you are beefing with your baby mama, should you not be able to see your child anymore?
Nah, that's childish. That's childish in itself, you know? That bond right there, you have to nurture that. You have to nurture that. You can't be in the way, because most people be putting their immature emotions before the children. That's why children normally 9 times out of 10 ain't even for, the situation. People didn't have children intentionally. Yeah. You can tell within their actions, because if you did, you would say, nah, nothing is gonna stop you from seeing your child, no matter how much I'm beefing with you, no matter how much I really don't like you. I'm gonna set up an environment where you and that child can spend time together, especially if it's like that for real, Go ahead, let them do their thing.
But why are y'all talking like that usually happens on the man's side?
I was about to,
Men don't prevent the mother of the child from seeing the child.
Can I say
that
it?
Doesn't happen.
Let me say it.
So when you speak to that,
I can talk to that because my dad had full custody, and my mom was on child support, and she never paid child support, or barely paid child support, to the point where she could have went to jail for it, but my dad was like, nah, I don't want to see my baby mother in jail. Long story short, my mom could have seen me as many times in a year as she wanted to. In fact, she could have kept me in summers. She never did, but my dad never prevented her, and I respected him for that.
speak specifically to the women that are weaponizing a child, using a child and using it as a weapon against the man that they no longer are with. Speak to it specifically.
I will say this. I think more often than not, the person that's standing in the way of that other parental relationship is the mom. And I think what happens in the situation often is, because the woman carries the baby, we feel like that's my baby.
No.
But what I need y'all to understand is, that's that daddy's baby too.
Yeah,
and as much as it hurt, let me get this out, because I'm on y'all side right now. As much as it hurt, as much as the pain of it not working out, you didn't carry that person's child and extend his lineage for y'all not to be together. I get that. I can understand how that's heartbreaking. I really can. You have to put your ego aside and let your kids win in life. Yeah. You don't want your kids to have the same experiences that you had. So if you standing in the way of your child actually knowing their father, getting to build a relationship with their father, letting their father be a father, it's time for you to look in the mirror and do some self-reflection.
And fellas, you got to start knowing that these are really your kids, all right? Look at it like a Coke machine, all right? You put a quarter in and that Coke come out, it's your Coke. If you put a baby in her and it come out, that's your baby. So y'all need to start getting down to these courthouses before they do.
Yo, this dude right here, I like this dude. He's a funny dude, but he makes a lot of good points even though he tells jokes. Like, yeah, girl, I'm the one that put the coin in the machine. You know what I'm saying? Now I get to dance to the music. You feel me? So, I think that a lot of women feel like they own the child, but you can't have a child without a man. You guys are just carriers, right? You're the carrier. That's the main thing about it. Yeah, it came out of you, but because we came into you. Get it?
Well, and I'll say this too.
I'm trying to, one thing I never see, is very rare. When the parents break up and they go their separate ways, fathers never take the kids. They always, most of the time, end up with the mom. So when certain situations or certain things happen, men really do leave the ball in the women's court because they don't really step up to do much. They allow the women to take on majority of the load. They allow her to do majority of the work and then want to jump in and make executive decisions when they're not even there while everything is going on. So like that could cause all types of issues. You shaking your head, Anton, but it's true. These men don't want to raise these kids. They leave it for the women to
Rico
do.
real quick. Rico, what you think?
Well, it's not what I think. It's actually what I know.
Hold the fuck up.
I know that only 18% of men win custody of their children. And I know that over 50% of men fight for their children. So when I can tell you that 1 out of 2 fathers are actually fighting for their child, I'm going to say I strongly disagree that they're not there for that child. But I will also say that systematically it's set up for us to lose, specifically in our community, against our child, to win over our child. So my problem with this all is when a woman, specifically speaking, if I go by numerics, is 72% of women that are actually winning the custodial rights of their child. Of that percentage, they're actually willingly allowing their child to suffer by not have that father in their life if they're playing that game.
Yep.
And my issue with it all is a lot of women think that they're okay because they didn't have that experience with their father, so they think that their child is okay. But you said let them look in the mirror. They haven't understood the mirror. They don't even understand where their flaws are coming from. And they're automatically allowing those flaws to be instilled in their kid as a kid.
So here's the thing, right? Like a lot of women who grow up without a dad, if they like themselves, it's like, oh, a dad's not needed. Dads are optional. But the truth of the matter is, if you're good, that means you survived through the tragedy. That doesn't mean it was good. You know, if you survived a car accident, don't mean, oh, car accidents are no big deal. Car accidents can still kill you, right? So, you know, this idea that, oh, if it was good for me, it's good for you, it's not true. You know, I didn't have my mom growing up. I knew her, but I might see her like twice a year. So I was kind of like what most black men experience with single fathers. I mean, what single mothers I experienced with a single father, meaning that most black kids barely seen their dad. I barely seen my mom. But the reality of it is that, you know, am I okay without her? Yeah, sure, I'm fine. But I'm sure I might have had some other extra skills and abilities, and maybe my tone, my mannerisms would be slightly different and maybe more adjusted to the way women are. And it's not, right now, I won't lie. It's the way I think, you know what I'm saying? I'm so cold-blooded. I'm so brutally honest. And people hate that about me, but I don't have this soft, empathetic side that a lot of women offer when you have your mom in your life. Or a lot of men offer when they have their mom in their life.
Tell you the truth, though? Can I tell you the truth? He was done. He was done. I let him finish. He landed the plane. Relax, niggas. I think the issue with a lot of people that are broken is, and you know what's crazy about this? I was just talking to my twin over there in the audience about this recently, a couple days ago actually. I own my shit. I can look at situations from when I was younger or from right now and say, you know what, dang, I ain't have to really spaz out on them like that and crash out or fight. Or I was overstimulated in this situation. It really wasn't that I was angry. A lot of people can't look in that mirror and say, you know what, I be f***ing up. People will look in that mirror and they'll see an ego reflection and be like, oh no, I'm good. It's all that nigga f***ing up. He keep dropping the ball. He lost a good thing. He lost out. No, he didn't lose out on anything, baby. You got some work to do. He left for a reason.
Was never there for a reason.
Absolutely.
He didn't commit for a reason.
Now, to be clear, that's not me giving a pass to no hoe-ass nigga that's not raising his child, because that's weak as hell, and you will never be a man, and you will never be blessed. However, it's a lot of you women that are standing in the way of the men and being fathers, and y'all got to sit the f*** down. I know. Oh, it's only 2 claps for that shit.
This girl curses a lot for YouTube. I'm going to have to edit a lot of this out. But she has a point. You know, a lot of women are standing in the way, unfortunately. You know, and it's because they want to punish the baby daddy. They want to punish him. It's about them getting revenge. Again, a lot of women will put their happiness first before their family. Happiness first, family second. And so when it comes to the kids and the child's father, they're going to look at it like, oh, if I'm mad at him, I'm going to get back at him. Right? I see every single mom I know that hates her baby daddy, every single one that hates her baby daddy, she tries her hardest to demonize him, even though he might be a piece of ish. You know, he might be a piece of shit. I'm saying ish. I don't need to say that. He might be a piece of shit for real. But you got to understand that your child's going to love their dad no matter what you do. One of the biggest mistakes you could try to do is get your child to hate your baby daddy as much as you do. It won't happen. And that actually will separate. The child will start to realize that you're doing that and resent you for it.
I bet. Right. I bet. Let's get to this next question. We got another question over here. Let's get to it.
Hey guys, I'm Lauren, and I go by Access Lauren, and I have 2 questions. My first question is for Anton. First and foremost, I just want to say I respect you so much for being in a marriage 20 years plus. That's amazing. As a mother of 3 sons from a 13-year relationship that did not work out, I want to know, I'm not sure if you have a daughter, but if you had a daughter, and she accidentally messed up and she ended up having a child out of wedlock and she didn't end up with that guy, and you know, it didn't work out. Do you feel like she deserves love still? Do you feel like she still deserves to have a situation?
No.
If your daughter made a mistake and had a baby out of wedlock, do she still deserve love?
You make a mistake.
Does
no. I'm gonna answer the question and I'm gonna get a context. All right? No.
Thank you.
No.
Okay. She don't get a pass?
She don't get a pass. Absolutely not.
Are you helping with the baby?
No.
You gonna love on the baby?
That's crazy.
No, she needs to. No,
when
it's
he
not
see that grandchild, he gonna help her with that baby.
That's
He's
for
a
sure.
good guy.
I'm trying to tell you.
He's a great guy.
Listen.
Okay.
I teach my daughter that, first of all, I don't believe in dating. I'm not going to talk about that yet. However, I teach my daughter that, for example, when she gets married, you got to cleave to the person that you with. Ain't no mistakes. You smart. I taught you well. You didn't make a mistake and have a kid out of wedlock. You opened up your legs to somebody you shouldn't have been with in the first place. You got to be responsible for that. You got to own that. You have to own that. And more importantly, I have to ask you, why are you not with him? Why did you leave? Go, if he was good enough to open up your legs to, that's your husband.
What about if he
That
leaves?
thing was thumping. It wasn't that he was good enough. It was just I was ovulating.
What did she say, Daddy, when I first met
But ovulating don't matter. See, you see this like lack of accountability thing? Oh, I was horny, so I did it. What excuse can men get away with when they say I'm horny? Oh, I smacked her butt. I was horny. What do you expect me to do? That's not acceptable. So, sexual immorality is not acceptable just because you're horny. Like this is a serious thing that people need to address. This idea that your leg just randomly popped open, you know what I'm saying? You're letting the man hit it raw and then he busts a nut in you. That don't just happen. There's a series of mistakes made along the line. When you get pregnant as a woman, it's not one mistake. It's a series of mistakes. And you have many times to walk away, back out, do something differently. There's so many things you have to do in order to get pregnant. There's so many steps along that way. Anytime you just choose to deviate from it, you won't get pregnant. Anytime.
he was everything that he was supposed to be, but after I had this kid down the line, now all of a sudden he putting his hands on me. You gonna tell her to stay through that?
Well, first of all, I don't believe her because she went against what I taught her in the first place.
You don't believe her?
And that she should have got married before she carried. And if she got married before she carried, that means I would have been able to vet that man out too. So
meanwhile, this nigga.
So what if she married him?
It's too many layers.
Everyone thinks a dude just randomly puts her. Every girl, for some reason, every girl just getting beat by their man. Every time a girl is a single mom, they're all getting their butt whipped. It's just like, from my experience, very rarely men hit women. I don't know. Maybe it's a different thing going on. Maybe this is just anecdotal, but it's very rare because there's a lot of consequences as a man you get for it. There's very few women that will just let it slide that you hit them. You hit a lot of women, they will call the cops on you. They will tell their family on you. You don't just get away with beating women. This idea that people just be beating women nonstop, it's a farce. If anything, I personally think, and this is true from what I've observed and read and stuff like that, women are the aggressors a lot of times in these relationships when it comes to violence and domestic violence. They're the aggressor a lot of times, especially in the black community.
And this is the reason why you need a community. A community is not there to raise your child. A community was there to help you vet through the bad decisions that you was going to make before you had a child. So I don't believe in excuses. I believe in ownership and accountability. I don't believe in that shit.
But as a man,
So to answer your question, no. I don't think you deserve any better.
As a man,
shit.
As a man, I can say
I love you.
As a man, I can say I made
I
mistakes.
rock with you.
Rico, what you saying?
As a man, I can say I made mistakes in my discernment, right? I wasn't always perfect in my discernment, nor do I expect anybody to be perfect in the discernment. And in fact, at pivotal times, you can actually be imperfect when you need it to be perfect the most. So when it comes to a man vetting, and I have a daughter myself, so when it comes to a man vetting the daughter's boyfriend or husband, whatever it may be, you don't know who that person will turn out to be 10 years down the line. There's a lot of people, first of all, a lot of these marriages don't fail until after a 7-year mark, right? So when they fail after the 7-year mark, they usually been together for some time before that. So if I just hypothetically say they had a decade in, the same person I am at 25 is not the same person I am at 35, right? And unfortunately, some men and women can go backwards.
That's a fact.
So with that being said, does she deserve love? In my opinion, is yes, she always deserves love.
Of course.
But at the same time, she needs to understand what she missed out, which allowed her to rob herself of having real love in a real relationship.
No, she deserved love from that dude who she married. That's where it stop at.
But what if he don't give it?
Why y'all don't believe in breaking up?
No.
Why y'all don't believe in leaving bad
Listen,
situations?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because when that's an option, you will always go to it. I got married knowing that I'd never not get married, that I'd never get divorced. So guess what? It ain't no choice but to work it out and see through it.
So 2K.
But when you got them options on the table, you tend to utilize.
2K, in real life, I'm married too. Them options not on the table for me. But I'm telling you this, and it's the frivolous bullshit can't make me leave my husband.
She's married? Wow. Wow, that was a shocker. Whoa. Love to see that guy.
But I'm looking you in your face right now and tell you, if that man decided to start knocking my head between the washer and the dryer, I might be the fuck out of there, bro.
And if you love me, you a duck.
If I love you, I what?
He's saying you a thug it out, sounding crazy as hell.
Thug it, hell no, bro.
Hey, you need to get that defense up.
Because
I don't.
8 times out of 10, it ain't the man that's going through the domestic violence. Like, I'm not going to say women don't put their hands on men, but these men, they change.
No, y'all using extreme situations.
Absolutely.
That's not.
You gotta use
that happens so much more than what you think it do.
If he putting his hands on you, then it wasn't the first time before you had a kid with
Facts.
him. It is true.
Facts.
All right,
Listen.
that's
It's
fair.
funny how y'all.
Yeah, people don't just turn into violent people out of nowhere. Oh my God. Listen, I had to take all these background checks and test, criminal tests, all this stuff in order to get a firearm, right? And, you know, the reason that is because majority of people, the number one cause of death when it comes to firearms is people unaliving themselves, right? And the reality of it is people don't just randomly unalive themselves. There's not some random thing. There's a history of things that can be traced, and this is why they do background checks. Because usually where there's smoke, there's fire. This idea that people just one day wake up and a flip switch. You know, nah, that's what they want you to make that. They want you to believe that because the whole time they've been ignoring the red flags. This is what happens with people. People ignore the red flags. They see what they want to see. That's the real truth. You see who you want to see in people. And you need to be able to have better discernment from the jump, right? I won't just start hitting a woman out of nowhere. Like one day I wake up and now I'm just a woman beater. That's not how it works. So to say that to me is so disingenuous because you're pretty much saying that you're just a perfect woman and one day a man just starts beating you. What? I have sisters. I have females in my family. Most of them never been beat by a man before. If a man put their hands on them, it might have been a one-time thing. I don't know. I really don't know. They didn't tell us. You know what I'm saying? But I never seen him walk around with black eyes. You know what I'm saying? So if he pinched you, that don't count. If he pushed you, that don't count. We're talking about people abusing you. You need to get Rihanna'd. You know what I'm saying? That's what needs to happen to you for us to say, okay, now you're in a really DV abusive situation.
Intuition only work when it's time to leave.
I told you my intuition never works. It's anxiety.
It never worked before you opened up your legs to him. So your intuition ain't work and your vetting process ain't work and none of that stuff worked until afterwards. Until you was ready
to be fair, they do be ignoring red flags. I
you know y'all ignore red flags.
Okay, you won. What's your other question, Bookie?
All right.
Whoa. What was that? What I thought it was?
What's your other question, Bookie?
All right.
Whoa. That is a mean double chin she got there. This looks like a clean slope right here. Like a seagull. Respectfully.
Is it necessary for dads to be physically present, or can we make it work some other way? So, can we keep the holiday spirit without everyone under the same roof?
Is it necessary for dads to help raise their children, or can you do it alone? Look at my lips. No, you can't do it alone. That's why this world's so fucked up right now. We got emotional, sensitive ass, over the top ass dudes, and we got women who don't know how to be submissive wives. That's why we're so fucked up now. No, we need dads and moms in the household.
Yeah.
Period.
I agree. You need the dad in there.
What?
Cap.
Who the boost is saying you need to have two parents? What type of nigga is you?
All right, I don't, she says she curses a lot. I don't know who this girl is, Randy Rosario. Apparently the internet doesn't like her too much. I seen in the comments when I was deciding to react to this video, they're like, get rid of her. Like, so many people want him to get rid of her. She's just loud, proud, kind of obnoxious. She says the N-word. She got a sleeve tattoo, double chin. She drinks. She's not in that best shape, but she has a prettier face. And this is what happens to a lot of girls. A lot of girls rely on their face and forget everything else. Their waist grows, their neck grows, double chin grows. They got an attitude. They think their itch don't stink. And they're light skinned. This is a light skin. Anytime you see a light skinned girl in the hood, she already thinks she got the privilege. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm saying that, look, to answer what that girl was saying, look, she looks like the girl that asked that question looks like she wants permission to not have her baby father over on the holidays. And it's just, you see what you got to go through when you choose single motherhood? She's like, oh, it didn't work out and blah, blah. Yeah, aka you left. You left. And a lot of women leave for the frivolous reasons. I did a video recently, a wife left, a man who's successful. He had his own business in an affluent side of town. You can check out the video. I think it said 19 years of marriage down the drain. Great video. But she left because she just wasn't happy anymore. Again, women put their happiness before their family. That is the real culprit. Not that a man wakes up one day and he just turns into an abuser. It's not the case. And so to answer her question, not only should she invite him over for the holidays, she probably should try to make it work. Because now you guys are family. Which y'all don't understand. Y'all family now. Y'all ain't just, oh, I don't got to deal with you. That's what it turns into. And some of y'all, I get it. Your baby daddy crazy or whatever, or he's a bum or whatever. But you got to look yourself in the mirror. If you opened up your legs to a bum, you got some issues. You clearly don't know how to vet people. You should have relied on a man in your family for help. But because you're such an independent woman, you don't need no man. Now you come to find out the hard way. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.